And Matt's gonna give me some of his chicken.
No, not you, Dad.
He knew so much, so engaging. So I've got the Greg's shorts, and yeah, this is what I'm wearing tonight. I also missed this morning's tutorial. Good morning, start of a new week. It's Monday. I didn't really do much work last week. Yesterday, I did like 5 hours of catching up, writing some notes, writing some question banks on last week's case. But today, it is actually case close of last week's case, which was case 1, all about bipolar, neural tube defects, neurulation, all of that good stuff, embryology. This morning, my plan is to just spend a bit more time, like an hour or so, because it is 9:42 and I've got consultation skills from 11 till 12. So I am just going to spend an hour or so just writing some more questions about neural tube defects, just to become a bit more up to speed with that before my case close from 12 o'clock till 1 o'clock. But that's going to be the case close session where I have my first case close with my new PBL group. So, you know, I want to do a good job. Even though I've done pretty much no work for this, I still want to make a good impression. Gonna get on with a little bit of work. And that is the end of both my consultation skills and the PBL case close. I'm actually walking home today because I forgot to park my bike at my flat. It's still at work because I got a taxi back. Consultation skills was good. It was more of a refresher, just like remembering some of the things that we learned last semester. PBL case close was, yeah, good, fun. I remembered a lot more than I thought I would. Time for some lunch. And so I'm settling down for some dinner after doing about 2.5 hours studying, building question banks after, you know, today's PBL session. So I was just finishing off last week's case, ready for tomorrow morning's case open for case 2. They actually had some food upstairs, which was pretty cool. The Hello Oriental, which is a restaurant downstairs, they did like a little event where they gave us some dumplings, so they were pretty nice. And for dinner, I've thrown together some steamed veg because, of course, that's healthy. And I'm just going to sit down for a bit and watch Oliver Sacks' His Own Life. This was actually a documentary that was recommended by the faculty just because it's relevant to this semester in terms of the mind and movement, which is the topics for this semester. And Oliver Sacks was a doctor that wrote a lot about those kind of things. So a bit of relevant material and a little bit of entertainment rather than staring at a laptop whilst I eat my dinner. Oh, good morning, guys. That film last night, really good. Very thought-provoking. I can recommend it to anybody interested in studying medicine. First, I need coffee before this morning's PBL. And that is the end of the PBL case open for case number 2. And this case is all about a prolapsed disc and how that turns into chronic pain. So it's all about pain perception and essentially everything to do with pain. So I've just spent the last 2 or 3 hours or so actually catching up with last week's case, even though we've just had the PBL case open for case 2. Wanted to get through some more of the notes, especially bipolar and the treatments for bipolar as well. Just think that's really relevant to get through before I start with case 2. I'm actually using the Huberman Lab podcast because he's got a really good episode on bipolar. I'm learning so much about it, about the different types that, you know, you're not necessarily going to learn from just doing a bit of Googling and building question banks on that. So yeah, getting lots done. I'm having a quick lunch break. I decided to pick up 2 of these pastramis from Tesco. They were reduced. It's unlike me, normally I'd have my bagels, as you know, but it was only £1.50, so £3. Considering I have done about 3.5 hours of last week's case, I'm gonna actually go to today's lecture from 5 till 6 in person at the lecture theatre, just because I think it's gonna give me a little bit of a change of scenery. And also, to be honest, it's the only real way that I'm gonna actually watch the lectures, just because I find lectures more of a passive way of learning. You can't really take notes at the same time. So I tend to watch the lectures in person just to try and take in as much as I can and understand what the lecturer is saying. I'm gonna head over there now. See you after the lecture. And just about an hour later, lecture finished. And guys, that was amazing. Like, he was a consultant neurologist and he knew so much, so engaging. And actually, after having watched the film about Oliver Sacks, it's really opened my mind up to neurology. Let's get back to some more revision. And look who has joined me and disturbed my evening revision.
You've disturbed me.
I've disturbed you.
Yeah, as always.
So tonight was meant to be, you know, getting lots of university stuff done, but instead I have actually scheduled a YouTube video with Faye. So if you want to watch that one, it is that card up there, so go and click that and watch that after this video. But then I posted a few things on my Instagram, which you can also follow right there. Now I have dinner, which is a healthy burger, and Matt's going to give me some of his chicken.
No, not you, Dad.
Oh, on camera, yeah. That is tonight. That is pretty much it for today as well. I might go to the gym later though, so just gonna eat this and see what happens. And so dinner was good, and I am just about to run the bath before going to bed, but I'm really happy because I have just about finished building all the question banks for case 1. Really, really happy. It's only the first day of case 2, and yeah, Tuesday, not done any work for case 2, but I think I can afford to just not have one day's work towards that case because I have managed to pretty much finish everything for case 1, as you can see right here. The only things that I've not done is the BSS component and the anatomy component. Anatomy is a lot, right? There's a lot to get through there. Fortunately, I have done it in my undergrad, but the majority other than the BSS, which is the consent, abortion, which I actually covered quite a bit of that last year anyway, those are the only 2 question banks that I've not completed. So really on track, really happy, and yeah, good turnout today. Catch you tomorrow, Wednesday. What is up? It is Wednesday and it's actually 1 PM. I've had a pretty slow start today. I stayed up late last night and that's fine. I've basically today not done much other than putting together this next week's plan for case 2. To be honest, just as like a way of highlighting how long that takes, it takes about half an hour. Once you've got in the flow of your style of putting everything together, you know, it was a copy and paste situation. It has my admin stuff, such as the case information. It has a checklist of all the lectures and everything else. It also has the ILOs and learning agenda questions. From there, I go onto my revision timetable and I put together a rough sort of plan for what I need to be doing, all the topics that are within this week's case, and I put it together in a timetable that I should be able to follow. Even though this week's case is so much stuff to it, quite nicely laid everything out. I'm gonna do anatomy today and the spinal cord, ready for my anatomy session tomorrow, and I should have everything done by Sunday. But we know it never ends up like that, but it is always good to just have a timetable to work towards, because without a timetable, you just have no idea what you're doing. With that being said, it's 5 to 1, and I'm gonna go swimming with the Swim Society because I love swimming, as you guys know, and this is gonna be the first session back, so time for a swim. And so it is 7 PM. So I've done about 2 hours work since getting back from swimming. It was a good 2-hour session, but pretty much I've just got through half of the anatomy that I was planning on. I got through the virtual learning resource, which is like the basic condensed version of what we need to know for this week's anatomy, but I'm just trying to build question banks, so that's all done. But right now I'm actually going to Nest, which is the sports night. I've never actually been to Nest before, but I'm seeing a friend that I've not seen in wow, about 5 years, and he's at University of Manchester doing a PhD. So that is the plan for tonight, and then catch you guys tomorrow. This is the first time getting the bus in Manchester. It's an experience. Good morning, it is Thursday. I don't feel incredibly well because of course last night I drank a little bit, but I've woken up this morning with a delivery from my friends at Casetify, who sent me a lovely parcel with some goodies in it for my new iPhone. Ooh, so we've got lots of good stuff. We've got a Casetify iPhone case. Love that. Let's get that on the phone. Nice. Wow, just like that. It feels incredibly secure. Really like that. That's actually sick. It's definitely added a bit of size and a bit of weight, but I guess that's so it can charge as well. We've got some glass covers, antimicrobial and anti-blue light, so you can sleep at night. A lens protector for the lens. And for my, oh wicked, for my laptop, for my MacBook Pro. I've now got a case for it. That's sick. really like that. I do always feel a bit apprehensive having my laptop in just my rucksack, but the fact that I've now got a nice case for it, that's sick. And it's got my name on it just in case I forget my name. Wicked. Love Casetify, go check them out. Alright, so far today I've got a decent amount of work done. Done an hour of getting through all of this Case 2 anatomy, so I feel really good and prepared for this tutorial that I've got in 20 minutes. So I'm gonna do that tutorial, and then we've got one lecture from 5 till 6, and then I've got work tonight, DJing. I'm also gonna try and get to the gym as well today, because I don't feel great. And tonight, I think that there is a pajama pub crawl, so I need to get some pajamas, and we're gonna go to that. And that is the end of our anatomy tutorial. So we went through a lot of the spinal cord, the arterial and ligaments that are in the spinal cord. I'm supplying it. Good little refresher, good bit of information. I come back to the fact that our anatomy tutorial tutor is very knowledgeable, very helpful. And so, DJ set complete. I hope you enjoyed that little bit of footage. But this is my outfit for tonight's pajama party. I nipped into Primark, picked up the whole Greg's look. Absolutely love this t-shirt. It's actually a vibe. So I've got the Greg's shorts. And yeah, this is what I'm wearing tonight. So I'm gonna insert some footage here because probably not gonna be able to vlog it. So this is what it looked like. Blah, 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 blah. And I will catch you guys tomorrow. Good afternoon, guys. Great night last night. Went to a few different places for the pub crawl footage, which is a student uni place, and then O'Shea's. Then ended up in some gaff called Arc, which is like the club, but it was just so ramo there. Left straight after I arrived, basically. But it is now 1:30. Haven't done any work. Starting super, super late. And I also missed this morning's tutorial. That was at 9 AM, and I feel really bad for it because I never miss sessions. Last year I had like a 95% attendance rate. And the only reason I got non-attendances was if I was like 1 minute late. Yeah, I feel like I can afford to have missed that one this morning, and also I'm kind of clued up on the anatomy. But for now, I'm just going to continue writing more notes, building more question banks. That is the plan for today. Oh, at 4 PM, I've got a dissecting room session for the anatomy. So that's it. Let's get into it. And I'm en route to today's dissecting room practical. Weather's not great. I've got my lab coat in my pocket. See you after. I just finished the dissection room practical, which was good today. It was about the vertebral column. We did the anatomy of the vertebra, how they differ at different regions on the spinal cord. Now, back to the flat. Time to do more notes. I've done about an hour and a half's work today building some question banks on the ascending tracts, somatosensory system, dorsal column, and the spinothalamic. Those are the main ones that we need to know. Yeah, an hour and a half, and that's partially, wholly attributed to the fact that I drank last night. Made me a lot less productive than I would have hoped, so busy weekend ahead. Now I've got to go to work, DJing tonight. 6:43, let's go to DJing and let's get to it over the weekend. And there you guys have it. With it now being Saturday, this is where I'm gonna end another week in my life at med school. So I really hope you guys have enjoyed this one. For the weekend, I'm just gonna do some catch up, studying, notes, and just make sure I'm back to it for next week. So if you guys have enjoyed it, hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel for the weekly uploads and hit the notification button so you get notified for the weekly uploads. And check out this playlist right here with many other videos like this one. But as always, I'll see you in the next one.